time for this afternoon's session of Children's GBC with George Buxton, as he gets to present some programmes today, including Playdays, Shoe People, and loads of others.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Children's GBC on a Tuesday afternoon. Okay, now, if you remember, that was probably back then, from early on this morning, when Drawbread has already broadcasted, just one book from Sodor Railway Tales' 80th anniversary editions. Well, I'm sure there'll be two more for the next 2 weeks or so make sure you do not miss them, because, sadly, these 3 books would be the last ones made by the Reverend Wilbur Audrey. So back to today on Children's GBC, here's Four Ways Farm. Now I know I said that I was going to do it for the last time when I'm at home, but seeing as that we're almost finished, so we're almost there to finish off 6 more episodes. So here's the 20th episode, in which today is called Shadow Play. That's something to do with nighttime shadows. And I wonder what Godfrey the horse is going to be up to, along with his animal friends. Let's find out.
Oh, the wind blows east and the wind blows west on Four Ways Farm. The animals all have had their rest on Four Ways Farm. The animals wake up one by one and say hello to the morning sun. What to do and jobs to be done on Four Ways Farm.
Morning, Davenport.
On Four Ways Farm.
And that was Four Ways Farm. Well, yeah, playing with shadows really is great fun sometimes, especially on the farm. So now let's move on from the calmer side of the farm, from Four Ways, and moving on to the Shoe Town. And because we have the new adventures of the Shoe People. And in today's episode it's called Ghosts in the Windmill. Oh, and don't worry, viewers. Now, if you remember from Gumdrop, from what we had about previously from a few weeks ago, don't worry, the handheld is not a ghost, because there's no ghosts around here, thank God. So anyways, here's the new adventures of the Shoe People. The new adventures of the Shoe People. Well, mind you, so there were no ghosts after all. Weird. But anyways, now the next programme now is Playdays. Everyone's, you could say it was everyone's children's favourite programme. That's if you count on it, that is. So here we are at the 10th stop again. At this time it goes back to 1991 for today's tale, which is called Matt and the Multi-Story Car Park. I wonder what multi-story car park means. Let's find out. Well, it can't be Matthew Corbett, can it? No, of course not. Anyways, enjoy Playdays.
It's a play bus! But where does it go? Where does it stop? Watch for the sign of the lollipop. stop.
welcome to the play tent.
Hello.
Bye.
Bye.
And that was Playdays. Well, mind you, I'm so glad that Matt has always managed to solve the problem. But anyways, moving on to the next programme now, and we go back to the cave world for Super Mario World. And today's episode is called King Scooper Cooper. And of course, make sure you do not get a free sample, because if people don't like eggs, well, I know my Brent Drawbit likes the eggs to go along with his meal.
Oi, stop breaking the fuffle and get on with it.
Sorry. Anyways, here's Super Mario World. Oh, and enjoy the fast food. That's if you want to, that is.
Super Mario, Super Mario World.
Super Mario World, it's a blast from the past. In Super Mario World, you got to move fast. Mario and Luigi are doing what they can. Yoshi and the princess are giving them a hand.
Super Mario World.
Super Mario World, it's a blast from the past. In Super Mario World, it's a blast.
My pleasure. Whoops! I just invented the tossed salad.
Now, what sort of fast food would you normally have if you're going over to these two programs? The King Scooper Cooper from Mario, or go for a chili dog with Sonic? And because we got our next program, which is Sonic the Hedgehog, and that's next, here on Children's GBC. And that's next.
Super Mario World. Well, let me tell you one thing. Yeah, so it turns out that the Egg Scooper Coopers, and there are some shakes and some papaya fries. Mind you, it is good for the cave world, but not so much here in the UK. Yeah, because otherwise that'd be yucky. And it turns out there were some pterodactyl birds that caused the eggs to come out. But anyways, now let's move on from Mario Brothers to Sonic the Hedgehog. And today's episode is called Sonic the Matchmaker, in which today it's the return of Breezy. And I reckon that might be Sonic's girlfriend, but that was before he even got Sally Acorn with him. But anyways, let's watch that episode and you'll soon find out why Breezy made her return today. That was The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, so I'm so glad that we get to see the return of Breezy. Yeah, because otherwise she wouldn't be look like Jessica Rabbit as much. Right, except, Breezy's not a rabbit, it's more like a hedgehog, just like Sonic is. Only because Sonic is much shorter and Breezy is much bigger than anybody of the day. But I'm so glad that Sonic and Breezy got on well. Yeah, because I think they're friends now. And anyways, that's pretty much about it for this afternoon on Children's GBC. And don't forget, now, next Tuesday, when Drawbrink continues on broadcasting more Sodor Railway Tales, the 80th anniversary editions, I think there's 2 more books made by the Reverend Wilbert Audrey. Yeah, that's book 25 and 26, so do not miss it. Bye-bye, everyone. See you on Friday. Bye-bye, and as well as other days.
is GTV. And now it's time to head on down to the 70s now, and we have Sam Tyler in Live on Mars.